My name's CraigPaton. I'm from Quincy. Uh, and I got interested in the Harbor Islands basically because of my stepson, who was very interested in the history of the Harbor Islands and obtained some books on the Harbor Islands that were out of print through eBay. And we started looking at things, and we decided we needed a way of exploring the islands, so that we got into kayaking, using kayaks to go to the various islands. One of the first places on our list that we wanted to visit was Petix Islands, primarily because of the wealth of ruins on the islands. There's the ruins of Fort Andrews, and there's ruins of old summer cottages, as well as a number of cottages that are still in use. Kind of restricted our explorations mostly to Fort Andrews because of the wealth of different ruins and stuff there. We had visited some of the places that no longer exist. This is a picture that I'm holding now is of one of the non-commissioned officers' quarters. I believe most of them were torn down over the last year or so by the Park Service because of the condition they were in. One of the things we did in researching various buildings on the islands is we used some of the publications that were provided by the Park Service. And then we also reviewed some aerial photographs that were starting to show up on the internet in the early 2000s when we started our exploration. One of the aerial photographs indicated a building that wasn't shown on any of the Park Service maps. So we took some bearings from existing buildings that we knew where they were and followed the way into a building that was in the middle of sort of a bramble jungle. And there were bars on the windows. We believe it was probably the brig or maybe the payroll master's office on Fort Andrews. There are no trails leading to the building. We had to bushwhack our way through chest-high brambles in order to get there, and found a building in somewhat covered with brambles and disrepair, and one of the more interesting things that we found when we were there, because it looks like nobody's been there for quite a while. We also like to explore some of the interiors of the building, and one of the buildings on the island that's in the best condition is the warehouse, one of the newer buildings as well. Most of these places are restricted access, but every once in a while one of the panels falls away and you can get in. In one of our explorations of the interior of the warehouse, we found this mural painted on one of the walls of a room on the second floor of the building. Based on the configuration of the ship, it looks like it's either a battleship or a heavy cruiser, pre-World War II era, probably drawn by a sailor or a soldier that was stationed at Fort Andrews prior to World War II or perhaps during World War II. All in all, we have a lot of fun out kayaking around Boston Harbor, exploring the various islands and the different ruins and stuff. Makes a nice hobby.